When you get engaged, the first three things you want to take care of are the venue, the dress, and the food. This is because these three things take the longest to plan and can affect the tone of your wedding. Governor Herbert also brought up things Utah needs to work on. He wants to raise the bar on education, look more into sustainable energy, and increase efficiency in the state government. Electronic sales tend to go up during the holidays because most people see things like a high-definition TV or a new iPod as a pretty good gift idea rather than an everyday purchase. This outlet mall in Lehi is one of many ways Utah is working to keep the unemployment rate down. But increasing the number of available jobs isn't the only factor involved.
People in Orem laid to rest a Utah County Border Patrol agent who died on the Mexico-Arizona border. Nicholas J. Ivey died in a friendly fire accident. 11 News reporter Kathleen Keller went to the funeral. Kathleen, how many people came?
Hundreds gathered at the UCCU Center at Utah Valley University to pay their respects to Ivey. Most people were either family or friends, but even those that didn't know him left feeling some sort of connection. People played bagpipes as the Tucson sector of the U.S. Border Patrol Honor Guard posted the colors for Nicholas J. Ivey. His brother Joel is also a Border Patrol agent, and in the eulogy, Joel told stories of him and his brother growing up. He described his brother as a man who loved God, his country, and his family.
It was a great way to be able to pay respect and honor to Nick. Everything they said about him was absolutely true in my experience personally with him, that he was that person they described.
Others who spoke at the funeral called Ivey a man of duty and a man of faith. Deputy Commissioner David V. Aguilar told his children that when they grow up, they'll understand that their father died protecting their country. For fellow law enforcement officers, this story hit close to home.
Within the law enforcement family, there's a sense of a brotherhood. Anytime an officer is killed in line of duty especially, there's a great sense of pride, especially for what he was doing. Protecting our borders, protecting our country.
The funeral ended with the congregation singing "God Be With You Till We Meet Again," and everyone standing as the honor guard retrieved the colors. The family members then left for Spanish Fork and a graveside service. Ivey is survived by his wife, Christy, and their two preschool-age daughters, Reagan and Presley. He would have been 31 on October 13th. In the newsroom, Kathleen Keller, 11 News. Jen?
Such a tragic story. Thanks, Kathleen.
Stands at Southfield overflowed with fans as the Cougars took on North Carolina for a chance to go to the Final Four in the NCAA tournament. Senior Cammie Jensen says that she believes that the fans' enthusiasm helped them make it this far in the tournament.
Fan support was phenomenal this year, and I think our ability to just play for each other and play for the school really came out this year, and I think that's why we became such a favorite among the fans here.
It seemed like the games were as popular and packed as the football and basketball games. More fans meant less seats, but that didn't stop people from cheering on the Cougars, even if they had to stand. Even though tickets had already sold out, hundreds of fans still waited outside of these gates in order to be let in standby so they could watch the women's soccer team play their last home game. The game was not only the last home game of the season, but the last soccer game of the year for the Cougars. Head coach Jennifer Rockwood says that although the team didn't win, they accomplished many goals this season and have a lot to be proud of.
We created a lot of phenomenal memories, especially in this last month. And we just told the girls afterwards that to be proud and to walk away with their head held high. They'll remember these memories for a lifetime.
At Southfield, Kathleen Keller, 11 News.
It's finally over. The I-15 Core project is coming to a close. An 11 News reporter Kathleen Keller spoke to people at UDOT about the finishing touches. So Kathleen, it seems like forever since this whole thing has started.
It has, but in reality, it's only been about 35 months since it started, and all the lanes from Spanish Fork to Lehi opened on the I-15 today. And people in Utah County can finally see the light at the end of the tunnel, and there aren't orange barricades in the way. Kimball Barker and his bandmates use I-15 all the time to get to gigs. And once he heard about the end of construction, he breathed a big sigh of relief.
Yeah, excited that the rate of travel is going to be much quicker, and yeah, that it'll just be more accessible.
The project reconstructed 24 miles of the highway, and today, UDOT opened the final 2 lanes going in each direction from Spanish Fork to Lehigh, which completes the project. They originally planned to open in December, but doing most of the construction work at night allowed them to get more work done. This sped up the process for construction workers, and UDOT says that people will now know where their exit is and not miss it.
You know, people have had to get used to changing conditions throughout this whole construction process, and it's been, you know, difficult to know what was going to happen each night. And so now those ramps will be in their permanent spots.
It's not only the largest highway construction project in Utah, but the fastest billion-dollar public highway project completion in the country. UDOT says there are still some finishing touches to do, and they'll wrap up those by December.
So will those little touches affect traffic flow?
Not at all. They'll just be little details like landscaping and fencing and concrete work, and they'll also be doing those at night so it won't affect traffic flow.
Okay, great. Thanks, Kathleen.